guys, how y'all doing today? Okay, so today I'm coming at you with a review on the Tivoli GM. That big mama. Okay, now if you missed my video, or if you saw my video on the Tivoli, did I say Tivoli? I meant to say Tivoli. There's no R, it's Tivoli. Sorry about that, I don't know what I said. Okay, so I did a video a couple weeks ago on the Tivoli PM, and I compared it to the Speedy 30, and I mentioned that for me it was too small. Okay, this, and if you also agree that that one's too small and you like bigger bags, this is the sweet spot right here, y'all. Okay, now I have a couple of different dimensions on it just so that you know, like I took several. So, okay, as far as the width, now from piping to piping, okay, it is 13 inches. From widest point to widest point, so basically her hips are 21 inches, okay? Now, as far as the height, now from here to here is 8. From the highest point, which is from the middle to the top, is 13 inches, okay? And then the depth is basically piping to piping, and that's 8. So, all that to say, this is like a handbag tote all in one, okay? You've got the adjustable straps. I didn't measure them, but I'm just going to tell you that there are, hang on, is there one more under here? Let's see. Okay, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 options. That basically means that there's a little sweet spot for everybody as far as how you want it. Now, this one is on the second to the bottom, so it's going to pass. No, it's not. Well, maybe if you kind of find it. Okay, so it's not going to pass the elbow test on that one. But if I moved it down to the bottom one, it totally would. Okay, totally would. I'm not going to mess with it because it's kind of a beat down to change all of them. And my kids just ran to the park, so I'm trying to hurry before they get back because they're going to be super loud and annoying. And so, anyway, but yeah, there is something for everyone as far as, passing the elbow test. And it will. Like I said, it will. I'm 5'6", and I have, long arms. It's on the second to the bottom, and I have to kind of mess with it. But again, if I had it on the very bottom, it would totally pass. Where did I do that? Oh, yeah, it would totally pass the elbow test. If you don't like them to be that long and you want it to be more like a Speedy, then put it up here on the top, and then, this just comes down further. I personally don't like that look. I don't like the look with all of the strap showing down here. But you know what? You do you. If that works for you, then do it. What I like about this bag, like I mentioned in the other video, is all of the hardware. It's like jewelry hardware, okay? So first thing I like about it is the zipper pull. And I mentioned this before. It reminds me of a Tiffany bracelet, okay? Because you got those links, and then you have this little chunky, what do you want to call it? Charm at the end. And it's really nice, okay? It's really shiny. You've got the rivets here that are super shiny, and they say Louis Vuitton on them. You've got this kind of chunky, buckles. And you already saw the feet. It's got feet, which is a huge bonus. And it's got the cross stitching, which just basically they do that. I have heard that they do that and that it helps with, the sturdiness of the bag at the bottom. I really don't know. Maybe it's just for cosmetic reasons. I don't know, but it does look nice. And it does have 5 versus just the 4 that you normally see. So that's nice. It's got the Louis Vuitton embossed little, oh, here they are. They're here. Okay, you got this tab in the front, and then you have the tab in the back, okay? And then on the inside, you've got the brown canvas, and this one does have a D-ring. If I remember right, I was like smoking crack when I did the last video, and I couldn't say for sure if it had a D-ring, and I think we determined that it did not have one, but the GM size does. So you've got a generous slip pocket on this side, you've got an old cell phone size pocket on that side, plus another one. Okay, so I have my 6 Plus phone to show you how it'll fit in here. Hang on, let me back up. The zipper, you can see how the zipper goes, all right? The shape of the bag, it's kind of like, a little hill. Now, it opens really wide, okay? So again, in that way, it's gonna be very similar to a tote, okay? But I just wanted to show you that the 6 Phone Plus, the iPhone 6 Plus is going to fit side to side in this pocket over here, if that gives you an idea. And it's not actually sticking out. There's still plenty of room at the top, okay? And then on the other side, let's see. It's not going to fit side to side in this pocket here, okay? It's just going to fit up and down, and it is going to stick out, okay? But that's fine, because you can still put it over on this side. And then, like I said, it has a D-ring, which is nice. So, I mean, this bag is so spacious. Look at this. Like I said, if you are a bigger bag gal, but you're not really feeling the tote, consider a Tivoli, because this, it doesn't even look like a tote, right? But there's so much room in it that it is like a tote. So I wanted to show you, oh, and I have a Speedy 35 to kind of compare, give you an idea. Now, okay, so I have the measurements. Now, the Speedy 35 is 13.8, so it's actually wider, but not, because the widest point on here, remember I told you, is like, what did I say, 21 inches. So, I mean, I guess you could kind of, sort of compare it to a Speedy 35, you know? But she got hips, y'all. She got hips, so that makes her bigger. It's like a tote, like I said. But, you know, the Speedy 35 is 7 inches deep. Is that right? Yeah. And so this is 8, so it is going to be a little bit deeper. So overall, the Tivoli GM is bigger than the Speedy 35. So if you have a Speedy 35 and you've just been wondering, like, how big the Tivoli GM is, it's similar to a Speedy 35. Except, again, she got hips, so she's going to be more like a tote. Okay, so let me just show you, like, what, I'm just going to put in my normal things that I carry in here, and then I'll mull it for you, because I know it's kind of hard to see, like, when I'm holding it like this. So, okay, so I've been carrying my accessory pochette, like I said, in the last couple of videos. This is the regular accessory pochette size, okay? And I have my mid-size pochette. Okay, it's not the mini, it's not the accessory, it's the mid-size. It came with another bag. Okay, I have my full-size zippy wallet. It's a Kate Spade, but it is the size of just the regular zippy wallet. It's like a 7x4-ish size. All these things so far sit side by side, okay, and you can see that they're kind of falling over, so that tells you that they're not snug. There's plenty of room in here. Okay, and then, all right, so my little notebook that I like to carry, that is going to fit perfectly in the pocket over here by the old cell phone pocket. And it'll fit side to side. Actually, I don't like that because it's just like a perfect fit. So I'll just let it do like that, okay? And, you know, I'm back to carrying this. You know, like I said, I like it. But I can put it over here on the side and it's fine. And I have my 6x4 wristlet. It's a Coach wristlet. Has my overflow cards. Now, I'm probably not going to put it in this pocket over here because I want to save this pocket for my phone. Okay, even though I don't have a 6 Plus, I just have a 6. But let's just pretend this one. So I'm just going to stick it over there. And then I do use D-rings when they have them. So, and this one I would. And so I'll use that. It's right there. And then I can just put this little wristlet next to it. And everything is still, like I said, it's like a tote. Everything's kind of falling over, so that is telling you that there is a ton of room, because if these things were not falling over, then that means they're super snug. They are not super snug. They have there's a ton of room in this bag. Like I said, it's like a tote. And what else do I have? Oh, so I have my little pen case. And is there a bottle of water handy that someone can bring me real quick? And then I have my pen case. Yeah. Just the regular size. And so you guys know that I like to carry, here's regular size, you know, like, thank you, Gigi, like a 16.9 ounce. And I'm going to put it over here on the side. Now, I want you to see it is not, even, it's at the lowest points, right over here on the side. It's not sticking out, okay? It clears the zipper, so you can totally zip it up, and it's not, you know, you can still have your water in there. So, again, like a tote bag, like I said. Okay, so let me model it for you. Here, wait, last time I did, well, let's turn it up here. Okay. Okay, so this is how it looks from the front, okay? And you can access it from the shoulder, so see? You can do this, and like I said, because she has a big mouth and she opens wide, you don't have any trouble getting into this bag, okay? You can get everything you need. You can just grab, you know, like I said, I always give the example of like when you're at the register and you're paying and there's a lot of people behind you and you're trying to get everything back in your wallet, and you can just rush. You can just grab all your stuff and just throw it in here and then just put the strap over your shoulder and then just go out and fix yourself up later. Okay. And then here is, this is a side view, okay? And I told you it's almost to the longest setting. Not all the way though, there's still one more. And then back. So this, you know, I've seen this bag. I think I mentioned in my last video that I saw a lady at Target with this bag, and I actually asked her if I could hold it. And so I knew already that it was, you know, it's a bigger size bag. But now that I'm actually doing this video and I have my own stuff in it and I'm able to see it for myself, like, this is such a great alternative to a traditional tote bag. The silhouette of it is different. You know, like I said, it's like a handbag, but not. It's literally like a hybrid. You know, you have like a tote, you have tote size, but it still does look kind of like an arm carry, okay? Or, well, yeah, hand carry if you want. Now, one thing that you have to be aware of, you don't have to duck down because I can't see you. One thing you have to be aware of with this bag is if you're not using it, you are going to want to take off the handles, okay, and then roll them up and store it that way. You don't want to store it like this, because what's going to happen is eventually, if you don't do that, these are going to flip out, okay? And that's what, and I don't like that look. I mean, I see that sometimes. You see, like, you know, older bags for sale, older Tivoli bags, and these little the handles at the ends here, they're flipped up, and that's just because whenever the bag was stored, you know, proper care was not taken. And so you just want to make, if you don't want that, if that's a big deal to you, which it is to me, you want to take these off and just put them inside your bag. And I know it sounds like a pain, but I mean, and I'm not saying do this every night. I'm saying when you're not using it. I'm not saying like every night before you go to bed, take your handles off. But that does bring up a good point. When the bag is in resting position, so when you have it, wherever you have it at your house, you don't want to leave it like that. That is also going to contribute, see, to the bent handles. What you want to do is you want to cross them over like that. Okay, and that helps. That is going to help keep the stress off of up here. Keep that from happening. So anyway, that's just something that I would note really on the PM size too. I don't think I mentioned that, but I noticed it more on this one because this one's just bigger and the straps are just longer. But you definitely want to keep it like this when it's in resting position, and then when you're storing it, you want to take these off and, you know, roll them up or whatever and put them inside. It's just what I would do. You know, obviously it's not, you know, not a must. But anyway, okay, so I hope this was helpful, and I hope you have a better idea now of the size of this bag. I'll say it again, it's like a cross between, you know, an arm carry, Speedy 35, and then a tote. Like a Never Full MM, because the Never Full MM I think is 13 inches wide too. So, and I think it's like 7 inches deep. So it's going to be similar too. But this just has a different look. Like I said, the silhouette of it is just different. And I feel like it just looks a little more feminine, okay, because you got the pleats, the shape of the chaps and the, you know, all that over here are different. You've got the little nice blingy, shiny hardware, you know, let's just say compared to Speedy. Don't get me wrong, I love the Speedy. Speedy's a must-have. It's a classic bag. I feel like everyone should have it in their collection. But this is just, you know, just kind of a more feminine take on the, you know, hand carry or arm carry, whatever. So anyway, again, Tivoli GM. I hope this was helpful, and I'll be talking to you real soon. Okay, bye.